Happy holiday season, guys. I'm your second favorite PE teacher, Denver, and today isn't the happiest of videos. Tons of controller players, like a lot of you guys, are not only upset when playing Fortnite now because of this, but mad at Epic for allowing something like this to even happen. To make it worse, Tfue even just said the controller players should not be allowed in PC lobbies. And maybe that's bad for some of you. Maybe you agree with Tfue on this, but wait till you see why he said it. Plus an insane tip you need to start using right now, and exactly why we need patch notes in the game, Epic, plus much more. Hit that like and subscribe button for me real quick, guys, for all Fortnite Pro news and updates. And maybe someday we'll hit 1 million subscribers. Never thought I'd say that, but thank you guys for all the love. And if you want to support me, use code thatdenverguyYT in the item shop. But a Reddit post is blowing up this morning and getting more support by the minute, called "On Behalf of All Console Players." And this post, all I can say is I hope Epic sees this, because I didn't know you guys were going through all this, but we'll get to that in just a second, so hold tight. Because first, Tfue talks about controller players a lot, right? And it's usually not the most positive thing. Some people say he is always complaining, but he just might be right here. Well, he takes it to another level now, saying that controller players should be allowed in PC lobbies, as he gets destroyed by what he thinks is a controller player. Check this out.
It's got my gun controller. No, bro, this guy just low grounds me, bro. Probably controller player. He goes AFK. I need to YouTube his name. You could check to see if he is on controller, but I feel like he definitely was. Cause the guy like didn't know how to build or edit, but like just never missed. And his movement was trash. He was a bot. I know, he's such a bot, dude. Ugh. He was on Xbox. It's the first death of the day, and this cash cup was to a controller player, huh? We should keep track, because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's really the only time I die. I wish there was mouse and keyboard cash cups, because I feel like I would have won that last game. I killed every PC player I ran into, but controller player he just out aims me. Yeah, I mean, the only real excuse I have is like, if I get out aimed by a kid, I'm just gonna be like, if I feel like the kid was like, if I could tell if someone has natural aim or like unnatural aim, and if I get shot on by somebody I feel like has like unnatural aim, I'm gonna be like, unnatural aim, I'm gonna be kind of annoyed, you know? If years of me training my aim and I just get shot on by a kid that doesn't even know how to aim, then yeah, I definitely get upset. I feel like I get upset more than anyone, because like when it comes to like my play style, I feel like my main trait in Fortnite is my aim. So like if I can't out aim a guy that has like probably better edits and skills than me, then I'm just gonna be upset, you know?
So Tfue is good. Nobody would say he isn't. He keeps getting better. So are these players that hit him so fast and so easily and win fights on him constantly, are they actually controller players, and do they need to be stopped from joining PC lobbies like Tfue says? Are controllers actually given that much of an advantage on mouse and keyboard players? Almost every time Tfue dies, he thinks it's a controller player, but this guy who dumpstered him from low ground apparently actually was a controller player, and you saw it. What more could Tfue have done from high ground? Every time he stuck his head out even an inch, he got blasted before he could even do the Tfue classic. So is it the controller's fault, or is it Tfue just not playing well enough to beat them? Normally, I will tell you guys what I think on this, but this one is on you down in the comments. Should controller PC players and mouse and keyboard PC players be separated in cash cup tourneys, or is Tfue just complaining because he died? I will say I don't know what I would have done to beat that guy at the start of the clip either. He couldn't even peek a tiny bit without taking damage, so who knows? But the real problem of today, and something getting worse by the day, is what you console players are dealing with right now. And then we'll get to that tip you need to start using today. But console players are banding together, and it sounds like this has been going on for a long time, but these guys are sick of it, to the point that basically this online petition is exploding, titled "On Behalf of All Console Players." And the first line is simply, we are tired of this. User Gaming Saber 18 goes on to say the game's performance has been dismal, especially since the Halloween update. Not only do we not even get 60 FPS, we can't see anything due to the lighting and shadows, insistent game stutters, and an absolute lack of communication regarding any of these issues, not to mention forced crossplay, since it's been talked about a lot already, which I know a lot of you guys have talked about. He says, as an above average console player, I used to play the game every day and had lots of fun doing so. However, since the Halloween update, I can never bring myself to play more than 2 to 3 games a day. Not just because I would go against PC players, but because I just couldn't have fun with the skipping frames and not being able to see 50 meters ahead without putting on some colorblind setting for a slight difference. Does this sound familiar to any of you guys? Here comes the best part. And with the SBMM, skill-based matchmaking, being so disadvantageous to console players by not only pairing us up with keyboard players without any siphon options, but also players who have the option to put off shadows, lets them gain an absolute advantage. I'm done with the game, at least until they fix these, or at the minimum, address it. So are you guys on this bandwagon too, console players? PC players, can we get behind them and help them out so that they can play without the lag and the frame skipping? The last part just says to Epic, keep prioritizing PC performance and don't look at console. When you start losing a majority of your player base, which is console, because of the constant neglect, pretty sure radio silence won't look like a viable business option. So it's something we've said for a long time now. Either Epic fixes some of these fixable game-breaking problems, or people will leave. And it's not even like a we're mad and we're leaving kind of a thing. When a game feels terrible to play, you'll stop playing it. You might not even realize you're playing less or even stopped playing at all. You'll just find something else to play. And that's fine. Obviously, quit Fortnite if it sucks to play, but Epic needs to pay attention to this stuff when a huge part of your community is coming together to say kindly, hey, can you fix this, please, because we can't play this way. You need to fix it, especially if it's just a technical problem like low frames. And I mean, come on, an option for shadows? Why would that not exist for console players already when Epic's entire thing is equality between all the platforms? But Switch players, tell me if this is true. As a Switch player, I think performance has increased. I can't comment on other consoles though, and mostly people are just saying like the Storm King on Switch is almost unplayable with like 10 FPS, but this comment nailed it. And then we'll get into the more news and more tips for the day. Thank you for making this post. This needs way more upvotes and traction in the hopes that an Epic employee or dev can see this. Ever since the Fortnitemares update, the game has had so many issues. Textures don't render. Can't emote without freezing for a solid minute or two. Can't deploy my glider. The game takes at least 5 minutes to launch, and it takes forever to start a game. I also load in as a default with the default pickaxe, and so does everyone around me. Wow, yeah, I hope Epic sees this and gets it figured out soon. I know they're on Reddit quite a bit, but this needs to be a priority for them, because what we thought Chapter 2 was doing in terms of saving Fortnite actually isn't what we thought at all. And we'll talk about that in an upcoming video. For now, wait till you see this fishing tip. It's short, but it can help you a lot in upcoming games. Check this out. So there it is. Fishing poles just became a whole lot more viable, and you're like, well, how does this help me? I'm thinking for those times when a ton of mats are sitting in the storm and you can't get them out, and instead of running through the storm, juggling items and stuff and like taking damage, you can just fish it out. Plus the fact that fish are just insanely good, and you should try to get like 4 floppers in your loadout almost every game anyways. But transitioning over to pro news, Joao is now no longer a part of FaZe Clan. Huge news and a very talented player. He tweeted out, hey guys, I'd like to announce that I've recently left FaZe Clan. My last year and a half with them was great, and I'm happy I got to be a part of my dream org. With that being said, I'm a free agent now, will be looking for a new home. All retweets and vouchers are appreciated. So no clue what happened here. It sounds like a peaceful split, but it makes you wonder, was this Joao wanting to leave or FaZe wanting Joao gone? Because it either has to be like one or both, right? I don't want to speculate on that too much, more so just interested in how these splits happen. But either way, Joao is it Joao? Maybe I'm saying it wrong, but I always call him Joao, but it might be Joao. But we'll just call him Joao. Is insanely good. He'll be picked up soon, like no doubt about it. He's so good. FaZe Clan will continue on just fine, I'm sure, unless maybe something gets in the way, like Banks. FaZe Banks being investigated by police for apparently causing more than $30,000 $30,000 in damages to his hotel room, according to TMZ. They said, "We're told the room was an absolute disaster zone with smashed furniture, holes in the walls, a smashed window, broken lampstand, pictures ripped off the wall, stains on the carpet, and more." And then they added, "The bad news for Banks, we're told the estimated damage is over $30,000, which means he can be charged with felony malicious destruction of property. This charge carries a maximum 5 years in prison, but there's no way Banks gets anywhere close to that, even if he's convicted." So that is what TMZ is reporting. Who knows the actual story, and maybe Banks didn't have anything to do with this at all, and the hotel room was like just in his name or something. Like and sub, guys, if you haven't already. Almost to 1 million subs, and I'm so excited to get back to it and taking a couple weeks off in October. I just really needed a break after my grandpa passed away. Just needed like time away with my family, a break from YouTube. But follow me on Twitter, guys. I am pretty much, whether I take a break or not, you'll see me on Twitter if you want to keep up with me, and Instagram too. And I'll be streaming a lot of non-Fortnite games on Twitch if you guys want to see the chaos. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Love, Denver.